Rosemary Magnolia Stitcher. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. I don't know what episode this is, what Flosstube this is. Well, hi. I know it's been a while since I was on here. Nova's come to help. I know it's been a while since I was on here, but I thought I would come and give you an update. I don't really have that much to show, and I know I'm saying a lot. I don't really have that much to show. I've worked on a lot. I just have not kept up with it. I found that it was easier if I didn't try to keep such strict notes like I usually do. But I'm going to show you what I have. I have not been cross-stitching as much. I have been knitting mostly. I really enjoy that, and it's easy to pick up and put down when my niece is over or my kids need me, or and it's not quite like I don't have to think so much. Are you confused? Is mommy being weird? She keeps looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Who are you talking to? Oh, there I go with the ums again. Okay, so I'm going to get right into it, and I'll do life after. I don't really have any purchases that I'm not actively using. So I have my one cross stitch, and it's Seaside Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I have done my own conversion for this. And this is where I'm at. This is a 32 count raw linen by Zweigart. Nova, stop. I don't have a picture of where I was last time. I haven't been keeping up with those pictures. I honestly didn't know if I was going to come back, honestly. But I decided I wanted to. But I was working on like one house at a time. And I got to here, and then I've been knitting for the last like week. But I have started doing stitching in hand. It's a whole lot easier. And it gives me more room on my table. You can't have it. So, you don't need my knitting. She's gone off to do her own thing now. Alright, so on the knitting. So I have a finished object and 2 whips in knitting. I have many more finished objects than that, but I have not kept up with them. And I'm going to have a hard time telling you on my finished object. I don't remember what this yarn is. So I have, I'll have to go back and fix that. I have the Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Sock Tutorial. I'll put a picture of it up, or Vanilla Sock pattern. I'll put a picture of it up here. But I have finished one pair of socks for that. And I did shorten the leg on it. I did six, this is 56 stitches. And I did 20 on the cuff, 20 rows, and then I did 40 on the leg, her heel, and then the foot size to fit my youngest daughter, Samantha. These are for Samantha. I have not blocked them yet. I've got to get some wool wash so I can block them, but I do have blockers. I tried, so we got a 3D printer, and I tried printing some on the 3D printer, and they were not very good. So there's that. And honestly, I know this is a sock yarn. I don't think I have I know I don't have it. But I don't know who the yarn is, but I got this at, I don't remember the name of the fiber festival, but we had a fiber festival here in Vicksburg, and yeah, it was in Vicksburg, and I went and I got it there. So that's weird. Oh, okay. Sorry, I had a weird looking stitch, but it's where I had to join the yarn because Nova chewed it apart. So then my next one is this String of Lights pattern sock. And I will put a picture of it here. And I am Magnolia Stitcher on Ravelry. You can follow me, and I try to keep my projects updated on there. Except for I forgot to put, I'm on my phone. And I'll look on my Ravelry, and if I have the yarn for these socks, I'll put it below. But this one I know I don't have the yarn name for because I forgot. I accidentally threw the thing away and forgot to write it down. But this is the String of Lights pattern. I did 20 for the cuff. This is 64 stitches. This is for my oldest daughter, Rachel. I did 20 for the cuff, and then I shortened the leg. We don't like... Rachel doesn't like ankle socks, but she doesn't want them up to her knee. And this called for 72 rows in the leg. And that was a bit too much to me. So I shortened the leg to 40 rows. I did the heel from the Crazy Sock Lady's vanilla sock pattern, heel, turn, and gusset and all, and the toe from her. I did mess the pattern up because you do a twisted rib on the top and then a broken rib here, and on the top of on the cuff is a twisted rib, and on the leg and the top of the foot is a broken rib. I did a twisted rib on the foot instead of a broken rib. That's okay. It'll all be alright. I'm learning. But I've completed one. And I've almost got the cuff done on another one. And this is the yarn I used. I also got this at that same fiber festival. I really can't remember the name of it. But I don't remember who this is from, and I have lost the tag to it. But it makes the most beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, the stripes. They look, I like the look of the stripes a lot better on the vanilla sock pattern. But I was trying something different because the vanilla sock pattern is great. And I've done 3 pair out of it now, so I can just whip it out. I don't even have to look at it. But this was something different, something a little more challenging. And I really did enjoy doing this until I figured out I messed up the foot. So that's that. And then this one, I can tell you the name of the yarn. So I'm doing the starter sweater. I don't remember who it's by. I'll put who the String of Lights pattern is by and who the starter sweater pattern is by down here. And I am doing it in... I'm doing it in this yarn, and it's from Knit Picks, and it's DK Weight Gloss, 70% merino wool, 30% silk. It's in the colorway Wharf. It's so pretty though. And I'm doing this exactly as the pattern calls for. It's a top down pattern. So I have done all of the increases and I'm almost done with the body. I think I have like 2 or 3 more inches and it'll be the length I want it. I am doing more on the length of the body than the pattern calls for, just because it's kind of a crop sweater and I don't really like cropped shirts. So I'm making it a little bit longer. I want it to come down below the top of my jeans, probably about mid-hip. So, and I'm doing the 3XL. I'm between an XL and a 2XL, and I don't remember what number. She doesn't have the sizes numbered, or whoever wrote the pattern doesn't have the sizes numbered. They have them extra small, small, medium, large, like that. So I'm doing the 3XL. I'm between a 2XL and an XL right now, but I like my sweaters oversized. So I'm doing it oversized. I like the way it rolls up. This is just a regular stockinette knit. Stockinette stitch. Whew. And I have not woven my ends in. I know a lot of people say do it as you go, but that kind of irritates me. I don't want to stop and do it. And that is everything. So I'm going to start a blanket as soon as I get through caking up all the admit yarn for it. Excuse me. I'm going to start a blanket, but I don't remember the name of the pattern. Nova's lost her mind. She's still a kitten. And she is wild in the mornings, especially when something's out of sync. So, on the life. So, this morning, I got up and I came into my living room, and in the middle of the floor, it looked like there was an earthworm, like a really big earthworm. And I got over here closer to it and realized it was a tiny snake. And it wasn't moving. I thought it was dead, so like I got something. I'm not touching a snake. No, I got something that kind of nudged it, and it took off. So I had a bowl. It was small enough. I had a bowl about this big that it had plenty of room in that bowl. And I touched it with the bowl. And when it started moving, I popped the bowl on it real fast. And then I got a piece of cardstock and put it up under the bowl so no one hurt the snake. And then I got something more substantial and put it up under the cardstock so the snake couldn't escape. And I called my son down in the meantime. And I'm over here trying to figure out. I couldn't figure out. I tried one time to pick it up, just the cardstock in the bowl. And the snake got out, and I had a heart attack. And then I was sitting here trying to figure out what to do so that it couldn't get out and it wouldn't get on me. And I'm not touching the snake. It wasn't venomous. It wasn't venomous. But in the meantime, I'm waiting on my son to come down because he was still asleep. I called him through the Alexa, woke him up. I'm waiting on him to come down. And the cat is trying to get under the bowl. Nova's trying to get under the bowl to get the snake. And the way she's doing it, I'm thinking the snake's coming out from under the bowl. And it was funny, guys. It was funny. But eventually I went and got a file folder that had a bunch of paper in it. And I slipped it under the cardstock and picked it up and held it under and held the ball on top. Had my son open the door and went and put the snake outside. The little snake took off. It was done with me. So that happened. And then back in January, maybe. Excuse me. I've got the yawns this morning. Back in January, we got a boat. We have a reservoir near us that we can take the boat on. And if we finally got a really pretty day where nobody was sick and we took the boat out. We had taken it out a couple of times when it was still cold. But that was absolutely miserable. So we took it out Sunday. And we had a good time tooling around the reservoir. I have got my boater's education done, so I was able to drive, and I don't like driving a boat. I feel like there's too many variables. But anyway, so we're tooling around the reservoir, and we decided it's time to go in. And of course it's busy because it was warm. It was like 80 degrees for the high. And there were lots of people at the reservoir, and everybody had the idea to either go in or come out at the same time we were wanting to go in. So we waited, and then there's people at the dock. There was room for us to dock the boat to load it, but there's people there. So we're docking the boat. My husband's driving, and I'm trying to get up on the pier so I can tie the boat off. And he gets close enough to the dock that I can grab. And I bent forward, and I'm grabbing the dock, trying to stop the boat from hitting the dock. And the waves moving out. And it was all I could do not to go in the water. I wound up falling backwards on the boat. Like, I've learned I'm very clumsy, and I fall more often than I should as a grown adult that's healthy, relatively. And I have learned a long time ago how to keep myself from falling forward unless I'm just so overbalanced. So I was leaning forward, and I realized I was going to go in the water if I didn't do something. So I shifted my weight where I would fall backwards. And I just kind of hit my butt and then laid down. And of course, there's people at the dock, and everybody saw it. My kids are laughing at me, and my husband's laughing at me, and I'm laughing at me. But we eventually got it docked. I got right back up. I was fine. We got it docked and loaded. Rachel, my oldest daughter, will be 15 in 2 weeks, I think. I think it's 2 weeks. And I don't know what other countries do, but in America, kids can get their permit to drive at 15. So I've been taking her on little driving lessons just around the neighborhood when it's not busy. That's interesting. She's been on 2. The first time, so we live in a neighborhood with a bunch of cul-de-sac. And I took her down the road to one of the cul-de-sac. And so you go down the road, and the road turns at a 90-degree angle. Well, she gets, the whole time she's having trouble, this is the first time she goes out. The whole time she's having trouble staying on her side of the road without running off the road. So I'm, telling her, turn it left, turn it right, straighten up, that kind of stuff. She gets to this turn, and the turn is at the house of the only person in the neighborhood that people don't get along with. He's rude, and he's just not a nice person. We have a lake, and we have geese that live at the lake, and ducks. And if he catches the kids chasing the geese, he tells the kids he's going to call the cops on them. That kind of stuff. So, for whatever reason, the child decides she doesn't have to go around the corner. She can just go straight. And she ran up on the curb right at this man's yard. And I'm going, oh my gosh, this man is going to have a fit. But luckily, she didn't actually go in his yard. I stopped her right when I realized she was running up on the curb. I had her back up, and then she straightened up. And the second time, she did a whole lot better. But she still has to get some practice on stopping, because she still stops short. And she has trouble with gauging distance to how close to, there's one stop sign in the neighborhood and one on the way out, and I won't let her go out of the neighborhood because she doesn't have a permit yet. But she has trouble stopping at the one stop sign. Where, there's the line. In America, I don't know how other countries are, but whenever, most of the time when you're supposed to stop, there's a line that you stop at the line. And the nose of your car is not supposed to go over the line. Of course, everybody does, but it's not supposed to. I'm trying to teach her the right way to drive. And every time she either comes up this far away from the line, or she's a little bit over the line. And it's interesting. This is a new phase for us. She's going to get our permits in a couple of weeks, and she'll be driving. And then next year, as long as she's doing well, she'll get her license. And then the September, she'll get her license sometime after May next year. And the September after she gets her license, Kevin will get his permit. Why did I have them so close together? I mean, I chose that. It was intentional. Oh my gosh. But then after Kevin, we have 2 years before Brooke will get her permit. So there's that. And then I am doing a lot better health-wise. We figured out that the fatigue that I had was from one of my mental health medicines. So I had to switch doctors anyway because the doctor I was seeing left the practice that I was at. And the practice wouldn't tell me where she was. I have since found out where she has gone, but in the meantime, I have switched doctors and I'm not switching back. So, the new doctor, I talked to her about all my problem with the fatigue and the brain fog and all that, and she switched my medicine. I'm still just pretty new to the new medicine, but I'm doing a lot better. I don't think there's much else that's been going on. I don't know what Nova's doing. She's doing, you know how when cats get really excited and they're running around and playing, they'll make those little sounds. That's what she's doing. That blows my kids' mind. They're like, why is she making noise? Because she's not a talkative cat. But she does make a lot of noise when she gets really in the mood to play. So anyway, hopefully I'll be back sooner rather than later. And I'll have more than 4 things to show you. So, that is it for today. I hope you all are doing well. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like the video, comment. I love interacting with y'all. If you like the video and you subscribe, it just helps me get out to more people. And I hope you all have a good next little while. All right. Bye.